Atomic Habits, James Clear. There are 3 basic points in this book. Don't try to be a new person overnight. Improve by 1% every 100 days. The second is that it is not the goal you have or the effort you put in. What is important is to create an environment around you that helps you change your behavior. The third is that it is difficult to create habits if you have not created your self-mechanism. It is not enough to just change your behavior. You also need to change the way you see yourself. The expectation effect. It has been proven, according to science, that what we expect to happen often affects our reality. For example, if people often believe that the medicine they take will cure their illness, there is a good chance that it will be true. If someone thinks that the injury they suffered in an accident will heal quickly, that often happens quickly. In short, our brain is very powerful, and it does many things that we cannot understand. So this book tells you to shape your brain into a mindset and beliefs that can help you in the future. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It is still in our brain that we feel those feelings when we achieve something. This is very important for our motivation and satisfaction with our life. But like anything else, having too much dopamine can be a bad thing. Anna Lembke's book, Dopamine Nation, says that the amount of artificial dopamine given to us in modern society has increased. This means that we are addicted to a lot of useless things these days. How do we get rid of this? Pay close attention to your environment, and if you notice that your dopamine levels are too high from what you hear, see, and feel, this book will teach you how to stop it. The Denial of Death. Earnest Becker wrote this while he was dying of cancer. Drawing on many philosophies, psychology, and Buddhism, he says that death is the greatest motivation in life. Our lives find meaning and purpose by trying to create something that will live on after we die. Becker called this immortality projects. He says that these are the origins of the good and bad things in our lives. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is a very simple book. In this book, he explains the difference in mentality between people who make a lot of money and those who are always poor. Poor people see money as something that can be spent. They chase after money and spend it on the other side. People who know a lot see money as something that can be invested on the other side. Bill Gates has 70% of his assets in stocks. Warren Buffett has 90% of his assets in stocks. This small change in mentality makes a big difference in real life. How to win friends and influence people. This is a very famous one. It shows that if we increase the focus we give to other people, they will increase their willingness to give us the other side. Most of the time, we are used to telling the other person our side of the story, but we do not make enough effort to listen to the other person's story and understand him. Carnegie explains that to make a good connection with other people, we need to be a little more open-minded and talk less and listen more. Start with why. When you decide to do something, think about why you are doing it. When you ask this question, you will find the basic purpose in your heart. When you find a purpose like this, your motivation will increase and you will continue to do it no matter how many mistakes you make. Because your why, or why am I doing this, is very powerful. Mindset. Carol S. Dweck is a psychologist. She says that people who believe they can change are the ones who really change and turn their lives around for the better. If someone thinks that they can never change, they will always think that they are miserable. They can't change. They will always be the same. Carol calls these two mindsets growth and fixed mindset. You should try to develop a growth mindset. Newport's deep work. We can get some work done without any problems, no matter how much distraction we have. But when it comes to non-creative things and difficult problems to solve, distractions are a big obstacle for us. Newport says that due to today's technology and social media, it is difficult for us to do one task at a time. But if someone can maintain their focus and get the work done, they can play a big game of this century. Because the other 99% of people are used to sending their attention unnecessarily. He calls this deep work. Then he teaches how to do this, how to create a routine, how to prioritize the right work, how to use laziness to your advantage, and many other methods and techniques are explained in it. How to Think Like a Monk by Shetty. He was a monk for a while. In this, he teaches a lot about finding a purpose, how to journal, how to develop peace of mind. He says that the biggest purpose of your life is to provide a meaningful service to other people. Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Franki is a man who was captured by the Nazis and kept in a prison camp. Viktor was held for 3 years and somehow saved his life. While he was there, he was able to come to a simple but important conclusion from the observations he made. What he saw here was that people who had some reason to live were the ones who most often saved their lives. He said that after a while he was able to accurately predict who would die next. To do this, he based his observations on people who had no hope for the future. With this, he is trying to show that when faced with a big problem, if someone has some strong why or a powerful reason, he can get out of any problem. Think about it. Subscribe to my channel to help me